The Day Show
is sponsored by Onga.
Later on the show. Don't worry, this is just prelims. Are you excited to be here? Are you ready to dance? Well, yes, I'm ready to dance, and I can't wait for us to meet our special guest for today. Well, Akban, thank you so much for joining us, and they'll be our first guest. But guess what? We have a super duper star. Super duper star. And he recently graduated from GIMPA with a project management degree. And that's not all. He also became the SRC president while he was on campus. Do you have an idea who I'm talking about? You do, eh? Well, anyway, my name is Brother Mundi. This is The Day Show. It's so good to have you join us. Today, we're partying with Arc Band and our special guest and my lovely studio audience. And I must say thank you to Dr. Tash for our furniture. You can find them on the Spintex Road, just close to Manette Junction. When we get back, we'll have so much for you, and then Samini comes in. Are you ready? Yeah. We'll be right back.
Furniture on The Day Show is sponsored by Alfimo GH.
She get fine, she not alone. In my heart, where she belong. She feel the vibes, with her tongue. Me push it in, make her scream, oh guys. She get vibes, she not alone. In my heart, where she belong. She feel the vibes, with her tongue. Me push it in, make her scream, oh guys. Pero, I don't feel it without you. I send me low, okay, and I go pull up on you. Wherever you do, I go do. I don't feel it without you. She give me codeine, cause it doesn't love me for days. Oh wait, be my woman, so make you be my woman, 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 woman. make you be my woman, 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 woman. I make you be my woman, woman. She get vibes, she know the long in my heart. Where she belong, she feel the vibes with her tongue. People just say make her scream, oh guys. She get vibes, she know the long in my heart. Where she belong, she feel the vibes. People just say make her scream, oh God. I love you without you.
Okay. Oh, don't you love the Yak Band? So my wedding day, you have to play. Oh. But I need to find a husband. So are you finding me one? And then after that, you find me one from the team? Yeah, from the team. Oh, there's already someone that you have appointed. Who is that one? Let me see. Who is it going to be? Anyway, well, it is the Yak Band. Oh, but you don't play on the band. Who did you point at? My dear husband. Which of you? Now you are not even sure. Enoch, my darling. Yes, baby. Come and let's exchange vows. Hi, Enoch. Hello. And by the way, this is the Yak Band. They play so well. And I hear you're the deputy president for the Yak Band.
Yes, please.
How long have you been playing for as a group?
7 good years.
7?
Yes, please.
How did this start?
Actually, we started it by being on our own.
Okay.
And then a man called Jerry Afo saw us, and then he decided to help us with equipment.
Oh, wow.
Yes, please.
So already you are all friends?
Yes, please.
And you were playing?
Yes, please.
But you didn't have the equipment?
Yes, please.
Where did he meet you?
He met us at one of the events.
Okay.
In town. Yes, please.
Wow, 7 good years.
Yes, please.
That's your angel, you know. How's it been working together?
It's very good, awesome, and amazing.
You don't fight?
No.
No, you said good, awesome, amazing. You've never fought?
We've been disagreeing on certain issues.
What issues? Tell us. We want to know. What are some of the issues?
Okay, in terms...
Money matters, haha.
Yes, in terms of money matters, in terms of how to go forward, the branding, the strategies.
Yeah.
But along the line or another day, we agree on what will help the whole team. And by the grace of God, we are going forward.
I'm actually excited listening to you guys and watching you play all these instruments.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you had the chance to also learn further, or did you naturally all know how to play?
Okay. Some of us were born with it, some also learned, and some of us were also in school. Oh. Yes, so we have some who also attended universities among us.
Who are those? You are from which university?
University of Professional Studies.
Oh, nice. What did you study?
Business administration.
So you're the one managing the money. That's why when I asked what the issues were, he said money matters. You have been cheating them small, or you're fair to everybody, of course.
We all do the same work every day. Without one person, the whole band or the whole team cannot
function.
Yes, please.
Introduce your team to us.
Okay, so we have Mandela in the sound room. He is the overall president.
Hey. Oh, that's him.
Yes.
Oh, but our cameras cannot capture him. Hello, Mandela. Hello, he's in the dark somewhere. Okay.
And then we have myself, Enoch. We have
Vice President. Adit.
We have macho vocalist.
Macho vocalist.
Yes,
hold
please.
on. See, hey, you know what you said? He was like, you know that thing that you guys do. Okay.
Yes.
Hi, macho vocalist.
Hello.
So you sing what? Auto?
No. We are all lead singers.
Oh, okay. Oh, lead singers. It doesn't matter whether you sing auto or treble.
Yes,
okay.
please.
And then Money Matters, what's his name?
Kwesi Champagne.
Kwesi Champagne. Hey, macho and champagne.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And
Hi, Kwesi.
Jones Benson.
James Benson.
Jones Benson.
Oh, Jones. I like your earrings, though.
AKA
really
Yopo.
Yopo. Chani Yopo. Okay.
And then we have Emmanuel Yobwa.
The one who was running away from marrying me. Ima, why, you get girl already? You be single where you know they like me. How? Is he lying? Pressure. Okay, nice to meet you. And then?
And then we have Kweku.
Okay.
Who is also part of us. He's an auxiliary percussionist at the same time, part of the sound team.
AKA Malonzi.
Yes, please.
Nice to meet you.
And then we have Kadel Eduse, AKA Edukis.
What?
Kadel Eduse.
Kadel?
Yes, please.
That's your name? Hey, then your girlfriend is chilling. Kadel Eduse, AKA what?
Edukis.
Edukis,
yes,
because
please.
he's on the keys. Okay.
Yes, and then we have Joshua Youngson.
Hi.
AKA Josh Guitar.
Josh Guitar.
Kid brother of Kumi Guitar.
Oh, now I see the resemblance. And you play for your brother, you're playing for another. Or you work together. Okay, I see. So you play at every event. We have
some guys also behind the sound team. We have Yima, the media, one of our the camera guy who follows us, and we have Movado.
Hey.
Yes.
The Movado.
Yes, please, Movado.
Like the one that we all know. Dancehall, reggae, Bavado.
Ak band Bavado.
Ah, Ak band Bavado. Okay. So where do you play? At all events?
Yes, please, all events.
It doesn't matter where?
It doesn't matter where.
How can we reach you if we want to get in touch?
Okay, so our mobile number is 0246 892869.
Again?
0246 892869.
And then the Momo number is what?
The same number.
Same number. Please
yes,
drop some Momo. Allow cash out.
And then you can also follow us on our social media platforms, on Facebook, everywhere. It's Akban Official.
Okay.
Yes.
And you have your own songs?
We have a project coming up.
Is it?
Very soon.
Oh, wow.
Very
album?
Soon. Yes. So initially, we play as a cabaret band, which is doing covers. And along the line, we decided to do our own, like be an artist on our own. Yeah, so we have a couple of songs. Okay. And we are trying to do an album, but we have singles coming up very, very soon. We're looking forward to it. We're looking very soon, like this month too. Yes, because we had our video shoot just a few days ago. Oh, you didn't call me to come in. Can I join the team? What role will I play? Backing vocalist. I want to be the lead. Oh, no, don't worry. You can be. Do you have a rapper on the team? If you don't, I'm here. Kwesi Champagne. Kwesi Champagne, I've demoted you. I'm taking your place. Okay, well, anyway. She got your back, eh? Oh, okay. I see. Hey. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. You guys are fantastic. It's the Day Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, Akdan. And this is still the Day Show. And well, today, like I said, we have a very special episode. Let me just read out his accolades for you. So in 2005, this man won Artist of the Year at the VGMAs, Hip Life Artist of the Year, African Magic Artist of the Year. In fact, he's won the Pop Song of the Year, Record of the Year, Album of the Year, Reggae Dancehall Song of the Year. And, well, that's not all. He says that, yes, I'm doing music, but I want to also improve on my educational background. So he went back to school. I'm not going to mention his name. DJ Filter, will you help us introduce our next guest? Play and let's move. Do you know who's coming out? Make some noise for Samini. Okay.
I want to do it like one. With him thinking that he want try man. Go back to school and learn. And you know, say them style can't sell in a Thailand. Say the money dance.
Hello, I'm doing great, and you?
I'm always such a fan of your locks. I'm fine, but I've always said if I want to do locks, you're definitely one of the people I'm coming to give me an idea of how to do it. But congratulations on graduating from GIMPA.
Thank you.
That was so refreshing.
Yeah.
Tell me, you graduated with what? A project management degree.
Yeah.
Tell me why you went back to school.
It's always been something on my list of things to do.
Okay.
List of things I would want to achieve. And in high school, I wasn't necessarily a dull student in class. I was just not concentrating because the music had taken most of my attention.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to fulfill that aspect of my journey. So I promised my mom that I would go to uni because all my siblings are, graduates.
I see.
So it was just high time that I went back to,
That's good inspiration.
Yeah.
What was it like? Because I was Samini in class with everybody else. I can imagine how everybody was stealing photos, selfies, all that.
For the very first few weeks, it was like that, you know, because people didn't expect that it was me. But then after a bit, my mates kind of warmed up to me and everything was calm. And it was one of the best 3.5 to 4 years of my life because right after high school, I became very popular.
Yeah.
And everywhere I went, anybody that would come close to me was about the music and the fun about the music. But here's the case, I was sharing a room with people that we had to do work together, we had to do assignments together, you have to put away everything else and concentrate and be a part and contribute as well so you can earn marks and make sure your GPA is where it needs to be. So it was an experience, it was humbling to me to come back to normal and be with everybody else. And before I came out, I had made some serious friends that I wouldn't have made by being on stage or being...
That's nice, but for you, I mean, while you were in school and all that, were there times where you'd probably say, but this is too tough, I'm not sure I want to do this, maybe I should go back to my music?
Yeah, I think second year.
Okay.
Second year, it got real. Because first year is more like introductory. So when year 2, semester 1 started, then I realized that there was actually some statistics and some economics and a few other things that I needed to pay attention to. I was like, wow, is this really what I want to do at this point, or is it worth it actually? But then again, a friend, Kokovelli, we all know Kokovelli.
He was in class with you too?
Yeah, he actually picked the forms and told me, you remember we said we were going to go, it's time. Oh. So I have the forms now, and it's time to go.
So honestly, if it wasn't for him, I'm not sure you would have.
No. I was dreading it. I knew the time was getting near, and I was dreading it. But he started and then got me on it. So in year 2, when I was dragging feet, he told me, Joe, I didn't know starting the year. We have to finish, and big up yourself wherever you are, Kaive. We're graduates now.
You are.
Yeah.
And before you even graduated, you also won SRC president.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because I mean, when I was in school, I just wanted to sneak in and do my course and just sneak out without having too many people know that I was around. So I don't know how you were able to do all this.
That's what I thought I could do when I started first semester. But then the realization, the reality setting, I knew that I could not hide as an individual of my caliber. Everybody would know I'm on campus. So I thought I would just be like a free student. First 2-3 years, I was doing my Crocs and shorts.
Yeah.
Most times motorbike because of the traffic.
Okay.
But then before I realized SRC president was calling, a few of my mates approached me and told me, bro, I think it would be worthwhile if you took that challenge, because the spot is available, and for an institution like ours and you passing through, if you wouldn't mind, take that challenge and see how it goes. And then I took it. I thought it was jokes, but when I took it, then I realized that you can't just win. You have to actually work.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So campaigning wasn't difficult then, because I mean, you're Samini.
No,
all you have to do is walk into every class and say, Charlie,
no, it wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy, because these students have issues that they really want to talk about, and they want to challenge your mind as to what you would do when you come in power or when you come into office about these issues. So when they got me one-on-one, I got to realize how important it was for me to be on the ground. And that actually reflected, because the win wasn't much of a landslide, because my opponent was also quite heavy on the ground. So it was a good fight, and at the end of the day, it's good for my CV.
Were you shocked? Yes, definitely good for the CV. But were you shocked that it wasn't a landslide win?
Did
you think that you had it?
No, I wasn't shocked. Theo is quite popular.
Yeah,
Theo is quite popular.
But you would admit that because of your popularity, that also aided in you winning?
No, the reality on the ground taught me that it wasn't about my popularity. It was about what was beyond my popularity after people got to hear me speak.
Okay.
Then they thought, okay, now I think we can take him serious.
What were some of your achievements on campus? And all these people are your fans, so I mean, I can just imagine.
Achievements, most of it would be more on the administrative side of things, because I inherited an administration that had a somewhat iffy relationship with the school administration itself.
Okay.
So there was work to be done in terms of ironing out issues between the student body and the school administration, so we could be allowed to do certain things on campus, because GIMPA itself is seen as a very, serious institution.
Exactly.
So a lot of things, fun-wise, had to go through a lot of bureaucracy before some of them were, allowed. So I would say our learning benches had deteriorated over the years.
Yeah.
So I looked into getting sponsorship to make sure that was done. So that's in place. And then I also launched the Onuapa Scholarship Scheme, which is aimed at,
Nice.
So that was actually an initiative of an ex-officio called Senor, big up yourself, Senor, wherever you are. When I started my campaign, he spoke to me about this initiative and this fund, that if I'm able to launch it and it becomes an avenue for able and needy students to be able to get through university, that would be like a milestone.
Okay.
So we did that as well, and Onuapa can boast of a few students who've gone through it, and next semester some will go through it as well.
I'm looking forward to next semester. Of course, you won't be there anyway, but they're still family to you.
Yes, of course.
I saw your tweet when you completed, and you were talking about how, well, let me say, I finished the school and I can't believe it. To God be the glory. Grand graduation loading at Chisa. Thanks to all my mates, especially Kokovelli, who reminded me of my promise to myself. Better late than never. You can do it. Back to the music. Ready.
Yep.
So you didn't do music for what?
I did some music.
Yeah.
But
you're back full time now.
Yeah, back full time now.
So you have
while in school, I did the Burning EP,
Yeah.
which has a Fia on it with track Picture. I did a few other reggae singles here and there, but the concentration was on the certificate.
So you're back now full-time?
Yeah, back.
Would you say, and there were a few people who asked that, of course, we know your stint with politics. You are an MPP member, I should say. Are you or you're not?
I am not a card-bearing member.
Oh, you're not a card, but
I
you tilt
am
more
an admirer
towards...
of Nana Akufo-Addo's policies.
Oh.
That is what drew me to laud his policies and the fact that it would only make sense for him to continue from where he had reached rather than swap places.
I see.
So
that's why we saw you in that
exactly.
circle.
That was for the second round,
okay.
right? The second time after 4 years.
Yeah.
So to a logical person who's looking at the policies and the fact that I had free education up north as against when I used to pay for people's fees, and then I had other things that were promised, things like one district, one dam, one district, one factory, and all of these things, to which I had hopes that thousands of people up north would get employment to work both day and night. And, you know, the city, the rural areas will be vibrant. So all of these things drew me as a fan of Nana Akufo-Addo's policies, not necessarily NPP as a party. I'm not really an active party member like that.
You got a lot of flack for supporting him. Because
I think I must say I appreciate how I was treated as against what I was made to believe before I actually even stuck my neck out to.
What do you mean by that?
Because as against stereotypes, people thought my career would be on the line. My music, my creative achievements and everything would be on the line. But I must say I'm grateful to my fans. I'm grateful to my maker. I'm still here, still functioning. 2023, there's nobody from my era that can speak to you on this platform like I am.
So it didn't affect your career in any way?
At all.
You don't think that you lost fans?
Let me tell you how I don't think it affected my career. Honorable Sam George is a good friend. Not like a personal friend, but he's a fan from afar. Him and his wife are both fans.
Okay.
Their wedding anniversary, their favorite song was My Own. And they sang it word for word. If he was a politician who wasn't above the ordinary, who didn't understand the intelligence in that space, he would have been petty and gone like, because this man lauded my opponent's policies, I don't like him anymore. I want a different song.
Yeah.
But if my approach or my step didn't make me lose a fan like Sam George, then I think I have a few Sam Georges in the mix.
But, I mean, you also have to admit that, whether you like it or not, there were some people who also took it very personal. If
you stop liking my music because of my political affiliation, you never liked my music.
Is it because in this part of the world, we haven't really gotten to the point to understand that everybody is allowed to associate with whatever institution?
I think it's high time we wipe out that stereotype, because it's a stereotype too. And we used to hear that when we were younger. We're now in the 40s. I'm 41. It's too late for me to hide my political affiliation or my political preference in the name of democracy.
Yeah.
If democracy is supposed to be practiced and it's supposed to be beautiful, people like us who are public figures should not be scared to show what we belong, what we belong to, what we believe in, and then be able to help people understand what certain things actually represent. Yeah,
definitely. So would you encourage or advise other people within the industry, the entertainment industry?
Of course. Big up man like Obo, Bias Oseko for big up man like Dumelo, John.
Okay, John Dumelo.
Exactly. And then, of course, Mark Okreku. Mark, of course, comes from the production side. He comes from the executive producer side. I'm talking real practicing artists.
Yeah.
You know, so Dumelo can go on set and act tomorrow. Obo can release a single for road safety or whatever he chooses for tomorrow. Even though I think he needs to lose his belly small.
Oh, he's been training. Remember when he was playing football? And
he has stopped.
He has stopped training?
Yeah, the first 2 trainings, he was breathing too hard. We told him, relax, relax. Nana,
were you on the pitch that day?
Yeah, I was there. Nana, relax. We'll take it step by step. So right now it's walks. He does walks.
I see.
Nana is doing walks.
Well, you're the right person.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. So maybe he'll release a single about how he lost it. You know.
We're waiting for that.
Yeah.
We're waiting for that.
So, you know, so big up people like that. You know, they inspired me. They inspired me to know that it is actually possible. And of course, A+.
Yeah.
A+ comes from a rapper to, you know, where he is right now. He actually has owned a political party before, which is possible of coming back any day.
Is that something you're working towards?
Well, if the day comes and I feel like it's time, I think I will.
To own or to join?
When it comes. When the time comes, we'll see whether I feel like owning or joining.
But if you were SRC president, then that probably was what preparation grounds for you to maybe go into politics?
I was spoken into becoming an SRC president. I was told about it. And when I got into the space, I realized how serious it was, you know, because that's where it actually even starts. Partisan politics starts from the student front.
Yeah.
So you have the ruling party, and then you have the opposition party as factions on the ground already. I didn't know this. And I didn't come into office with any of these orchestrations. So then I was not the type that could be lured into doing anything for succession because I was not, I'm not in that.
But now that you've tasted the fruit and you realize how sweet it is, it's definitely something.
It's not sweet.
Politics is not sweet?
No, it's not. It's not.
Why do you say that?
It takes a lot from you. It demands a lot. General Assembly, that is our parliament. I realize that even on the students' front, it's not easy for people to agree for something to be passed and not put aside differences and affiliation-related differences. Okay. So, for instance, even on campus, because something has to go in favor of my administration, so my administration looks good, somebody is at GA not wanting that to be passed, so that it happens during my term. So it's from that all the way to the top level.
Is that what's been happening with our politics in Ghana?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I can tell you for a fact that from what I saw on the student front, these are the same people that grew to become your Opon Kromes, and they are in those spaces, and they debate.
But that's a problem then.
Yeah, it's
because what kind of politicians are we growing?
I think that we've been working with like a waterfall system as against agile, you know. So, and that waterfall system that's been going on hasn't given us any good results. It's failed us. So if I ask the question, who has been thinking for us since I was 12 till today, who has been thinking for us? And there's always a blueprint that governments come in and out of power and use, so that we will always owe people, so that we will always not invest in our agri and not invest in our infrastructure locally and not empower ourselves by ourselves and always depend on the West and other foreign donors to come and make our lives better. If we've lived with this stereotype and we accept it, who's been thinking for us? It's a new age that we will not accept that. We are the new age that think that back to agile and waterfall. I think there should be they should allow an agile system,
which is what a younger,
more vibrant, younger, more vibrant, and then more what's the word? Innovative, more innovative-driven youth, so that eventually, when we find another trusted system that's yielding some results, then we can keep another waterfall for another generation.
I like that, but then it takes me to a question. If you're thinking this, why did you throw your weight behind President Akufo-Addo? Because even at that time, there were a lot of people who said he was a bit too old. Because
the policies that I had, as against what I thought was coming in after 4 years of him in office, I just thought, as a logical person, let the man continue.
But even at that time, there were a lot of complaints.
Yeah, there were, but people, you either choose or step aside.
And you thought that he should have continued?
Yeah.
As it stands now, do you look back and regret that decision you made to support him?
I don't. I think it was an unfortunate 4-year period for him due to what happened globally, which every economy, if you look at the global economy and you're honest with yourself, what other economies complain about. These are aftermaths of your COVID and
the Russia-Ukraine war.
And then the Russia-Ukraine war. It has affected
Why are you
everybody.
sounding like an MPP communicator?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just telling you what a logical person who's been to school, who knows 1 + 1 is 2.
Did you see how much money we received per the AG's report? How much money we received during the COVID period?
As
and how those monies were spent?
How money was received and how it was spent. That is, you're speaking corruption. Nobody is free of corruption in today's governance. Well, there are certain few people who would try to go through governance with no blemish because of their own self-esteem and their own social status sake. But people are soiled, whether they like it or not, before the day is over. So if you're talking about how monies were spent, I'm as equally curious a citizen as you, why and how such an amount goes down the drain like that. And we can't even get itemized whatever presentation of how it was actually disbursed. That's pure corruption. People have to be jailed. In certain places, people get jailed.
So why are they not being jailed? Because I saw you put up a post where you were talking about the indiscipline is high.
Exactly. I would not know why they are not being jailed. Me and you here know that the judicial system should be what the entire population can say we rely on as our go-to when it comes to injustice. So if the judicial system itself can't be trusted to go to, then there's a problem.
Has the president failed?
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say he has?
I wouldn't say that.
There are many people who have said that he's been the worst president
so far.
There are
many people.
Yeah.
I am not part of.
You don't think he's failed? Do you think he's done a good job?
I think he's fought his fight.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it good enough for
when
the
he's done, his achievements will be put against his utterances against what he said he was going to come and do. And then you do plus minus and see the deficit. Of course, there's going to be a deficit from what we see. But that is the only time we can tell what job actually was done.
Should he have fired anyone by now from his government?
I believe so, but I wouldn't know individuals. But we always hear
Finance Minister, a lot of people have called for his head.
I believe that he knows why he's kept him there.
Okay.
Yes.
So we should understand him.
Yeah, he knows why he's kept him there.
Even though we're in the IMF at the moment and all that.
Yeah, he knows why he's kept him there.
You seem not to want to criticize the president at all. Is that what I'm getting from you?
Is that what you're getting?
I'm asking. It's what I'm deducing.
Or are you trying to get me to criticize the president?
No, I'm not getting you.
Well, then, so let me respond as
I see.
Yeah.
When it comes to the entertainment industry, there were some promises that were made, of course, by this government and other governments as well. Do you think that to that extent as well we've been failed as the arts industry? Yeah,
to the entertainment industry, there is a lot of things that were promised that haven't happened. Auditoriums, state-of-the-art auditoriums we're yet to see. So if that doesn't happen at the end of your tenure, you failed me in that area. Yes, you're right to say that, but it's not over, is it?
So we're hoping that they do it. But how does it affect
I'm a person that does not buy into the idea of build a national cathedral, and I'll say it every other day. So are you saying because of that, then so is that a valid criticism?
Well, would you say then that money should have been channeled into the arts industry?
It's purely misplaced priority. I wouldn't say channel it into the art.
Okay.
There are other areas. There's the health sector, which is almost like, you know, nothing good to write home about.
Exactly.
There is the security. There is, you know, the rural water issue.
Problem, yes.
Exactly. There are different things. There's agriculture, which is my heart.
It's your,
So all of these things are there. I would not put money into building a monument for people to go and pray at. In this day and age, people write their prayers on WhatsApp status and sometimes on Facebook. I wonder if God lives on Facebook. But they will say, "Dear God," on Facebook.
Shouldn't we write it there? It's a prayer, or is it not?
Dear God, speak to God. You type it to God. God is not the one reading.
But maybe that's your way of communicating. Maybe you say speak to God. Me too, my way is to type it on social media. Maybe God is there. He has an account. He might go and see it and read.
Listen, Bella. God does not read on Facebook.
He doesn't read on Facebook?
No. When you think about it, manifest it. Think about it. Let it come to pass. Like live with it. You see, the more you speak about it, the more you give away too much of the aura and the energy that can make it actually happen. So if you're a person that wants to make money, you think money, you work around money, you speak, manifest money to yourself. Don't talk about it too much. Work towards how it is actually going to come.
Work towards it.
So writing your status, I get client to I this or I that, you know. Well, if you get client as a serious business person, focus on how to actually deliver to that client what they expect of you, rather than telling the world that you got a client. What if you are not able to deliver?
Yeah.
What if you are not able to deliver and the business is, you know, it hits rock bottoms midway through? Like, okay, so now what's up? How far with the client? You know.
Are young people lazy? Like
Young
you hear
people,
some leaders say?
No, young people are not lazy. There is lack of options.
That's why.
Yeah, that's why they find anything out of anything just to get by.
Keep watching The Day Show. We'll be right back. You're into music, you're into farming as well. I mean, you've just gone to school, so project management is also on the side. If you had to advise young people on how to better their lives, what would you tell them to do first of all?
Seek financial literacy.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's too much of a big term. Manage your money.
I don't have the money. How do I manage it?
Oh, you have the money. You're able to get 10 cedis. Sometimes you're able to get 2 cedis. Sometimes you're able to get 50 cedis. What you should do, if you get that, if you do business with somebody and yours is 10%, your 10% should be your 100%. Don't think about the person's 90% and how, you know, how nice it looks.
Yeah.
It makes you greedy. It makes you want to get what's not yours. Now, that's your 10%. You have to now divide it into 3. How you got that 10%, that money, how you got it, that work that you did with that guy, that industry. Put 1 inside, something towards raising money to start you in that industry. 1 for yourself. And then 1 for emergency. That's one.
Hey, you know, I'm calculating the 10 cedis. KK is 5 cedis.
You see.
That means no facial.
Some hard guy go do with the 10 cedi and chew Gary for 3 weeks. But before you go know, then he pile something small, we take buy some app, be put in phone top, take add some 1 or 2 things we now. Different thing they happen.
So I shouldn't convert my neighbor's new brand new Range Rover, all the things we're seeing on social media. China is killing us.
No, don't look at
the
it
pressure.
and think it didn't come by chance. It didn't come by just, you know, like Gans will say, it can't share call and not form no wafa. You know, so be chilling and there. A lot has gone into why he's chilling like that. Otherwise, if it's a shortcut, we all know shortcuts and how it ends.
I thought you'd say venture into a Greek. Like
of course, the youth will venture into a Greek. I'm just talking about the youth that does not have,
you know,
the youth that you're asking, the youth that you're asking me if they're lazy. Them, if you get that your small coin, start a little piggy bank, so that if your dream is to start something and you need a certain gadget or a certain tool, and you've been talking to this boss who will buy you beer and buy you cigarette, buy you a pack of food, but will not give you that 500 cedis. Boss who will always spend 100 on you, 70 on you, 40 on you. He won't give you that 500 cedis. Anytime you get 50 from Bossu, put 10 for one side.
You hear?
10. Before you go through Bossu, you get that 500. Then you buy that gadget. Then you do, then you show Bossu. Then you show Bossu, say, oh, this be what they talk. No, this is what I was saying. Like we na make chain or hands. I did when I make hands. Makoto bi Bossu say I did when I make no. No, I send na then I wo no. Now Bossu is looking at you like, all right, this boy. It's not just about the beer. He's actually. For all you know, Bossu can give you 10,000, not the 500 you wanted, but he needed to see you make a move.
Exactly.
As for the Greek there, if you have land in your hometown and you're walking around here in Accra and you have farmland that's good for farming and you're walking around here in Accra looking for a fortune, your fortune is at home. Go back to your hometown. You will thank me in the next 5 years.
Investor Samini. He's showing you the ropes.
Yeah.
I know this comparison is a bit too much, but in the last 2-3 weeks, we've been talking about how Ghanaians, for some reason, are losing out on Afro beats and here and there, and, you know, they're gatekeepers and stuff. You're a legend. I mean, is he not? Yes. What do you say about all this conversation, about why Ghanaians are not up there, we're not winning a Grammy, etc.?
I think it's an unfair comparison, if you ask me, because I was saying it on a platform the other day. If I want to blow in other platforms, in other territories across the world, I shouldn't have a problem when somebody's music is in my territory and I can hear it. Obviously, there should be a certain network, a certain machinery behind how I'm hearing that music. So I should try putting something, add something to mine to make me also break barriers. That said, if you're looking for 1 million Ghanaians right now to subscribe to something, as against our 30-something million people.
About 32, yeah.
Compare that to, you're looking for 1 million Nigerians against their 200+ million people to do something right now. Do you realize how quick the Nigerians will do theirs as against ours?
Yeah.
So then why is it that Ghana not being the only African country, anytime a Nigerian succeeds, you would want to give pressure to a Ghanaian who is like 6 or 8 times
less,
less
in terms of population,
his population, their whatever, even the number of millionaires you find in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You can't find that number of millionaires in Ghana. That said, the Ghanaian fan, the Ghanaian consumer should also understand that to whom much is given,
much is required.
If you don't invest in the craft for us to reach certain spaces, if we invest, if we plow back our own money to keep the brand where it is, or what we would require of you is some support rather than criticism without any input. Because the input we would need from you, the external body, I would call you the private sector, would be financial investments so that the things will match what you're trying to compare it to. Because what you're comparing it to, there are some dons over there who are handling the thing. Go to MultiChoice in South Africa. Half of the stations on that DSTV thing is owned by Nigerians. Big Brother started Big Brother Africa. Right now, Big Brother Nigeria is what people know. Some people don't even know it started as Big Brother Africa. That was DKB Dem's era, where DKB, and Sammy B Dem's, But now, it's been brought to Nigeria, and it's even bigger than when it was Big Brother Africa.
Exactly.
How do you give yourself pressure with such a movement? If it was United States of Africa, Nigeria would be, say maybe New York or LA.
Exactly.
So why is a guy in Philly giving himself pressure that I have to beat the guy in LA by all means, when you know that everything that's provided in LA for whatever is happening there is different from what you're getting down here? Is it because
they came to learn from us? Because over time, you've heard even the Nigerians saying that we came to Ghana, we came to pick your high life sounds.
They came to learn what?
And you hear Odoyewu and things, and they make you more popular.
Don't we also learn things from them? Don't we sing their Omo and Abi and all that? Yeah. We all get inspired. We inspire each other. It's West African sound. It's pidgin. It's music. You know, we've gone there. We've come here. We've gone there. In the 80s, most of our high life artists traveled over there. Yeah. And when they came back, the sound has changed. Had changed. Yeah. They had added elements to it, and it was even more appealing to the Ghanaians as well, because it had grown. Yeah. After that, Nigerians realized how that sound had grown, and how Ghanaians were not protecting that sound abroad, out in that space. And how if they invested in their craft and tapped into how our sound is, they could push their craft to make Nigeria great. Yeah. Because there's this stereotype, whether it's true or not, or there's this rumor that there was a conscious effort by the Nigerian government and other private institutions to change the narrative about the name Nigeria, because usually you would call Nigeria and people would talk about, you know, all the negatives, all the, you know. Yeah. Whereas we know some genuine Nigerians, some beautiful souls who just do their business, do their work, and, you know, everything genuine. So they wanted to change that narrative so that when you hear Nigeria, you're happy. Today, when you hear Nigeria, you hear Burna Boy. When you hear Nigeria, you hear Wizkid, Davido. When you hear Nigeria, you think Afrobeat.
But you're as big as them.
Well, of course. And I represent Ghana. Yeah. And I don't want you to tell me, because I represent Ghana and I have reached the brim of Ghana. Yeah. And Nigerian artist is doing his thing. All of a sudden, I should be like him. Otherwise, I've not reached. No, it's not a fair comparison.
But there have been people who have said, and I agree 100%. But there have been people who have said that puts Samini, Stonebwoy, Sarkodie, and Shatta Wale at the O2, and they'll fill it, and there'll still be other shows.
Yo, by myself, I'll fill it. By myself, I'll fill it. With the right investments, I'll fill it. You're talking to Batman that became Samini. Batman, the Mobile Award winner.
I know.
You're talking to Batman, the Mobile Award winner. Kanya King, the Mobile Awards owner, knows Batman that became Samini. Okay? You're talking to people that know that brand, that act from that time, and they know it's actually thriving and still functioning today. if the right things are put in place and you promote Samini in London for 4 months, 6 months, 3 months, I will fill that space.
Let's put you on the. Let's put you to test and see when are we going to make this happen.
Well, I'm not going to go take my.
Let's make it happen.
I'm not going to go take my money and go and do this because a Ghanaian wants to see the place full. Hell no.
Okay.
I'm just telling you, no Ghanaian investor is going to do that. So that show is not going to happen.
Are you sure they won't do that?
Otherwise,
we have not told them. We've not made them understand.
I don't have to tell them.
Like Stoneboy said that yes, we have a lot of these bankrollers around us. But they don't understand.
No, we don't have to
system.
We don't have to explain to them for them to understand anything. It's not in their pedigree. It's not our culture. We don't dish it out like that. So
we should accept that that's
that's how they are. That's how they are.
They will never make progress.
Well, so what you want to? How do you change them?
Making them understand.
A Ghanaian person, typical Ghanaian person like you. How do I change you, Bella, from not being Kokonsa?
Are you saying I'm Kokonsa?
Yes, a typical Ghanaian person. Yes.
Are you trying to tell me I'm Kokonsa, or you're just citing an example?
I'm just saying, like a typical Ghanaian money spender. They spend it on certain things. They chill with you. They pop the champagne with you. But they're not going to give you $500,000. Say, okay, let's have a business plan about your career. They won't do it. We've approached them with business plans about our careers and our roadmaps, our world tours. We've approached them.
And they didn't mind you?
From state institutions to public and private institutions, whatever. They'll talk to you, smile at you, tell you they'll call meetings and then get back to you.
And you don't hear nada?
Yeah, they won't do it. Because they don't see the value, the end value in what they're doing. They don't see what they will get in it. You know, until value is placed on what they get in it and that's made clear to them, that's where we stand. So like you're saying, we should show them. We've shown them. We've been to them.
Okay.
They know.
Okay, but if you talk about this collaboration thing and actually investment thing, there's also a school of thought that says that maybe we should collaborate more as Ghanaian artists. There's power in numbers, right? So let's work together more, and maybe if they see the unity in us.
We've been working together.
Have we?
Yeah, we've been working together. We've had collaborations. We've done songs together. We've traveled to have shows where we would speak to each other to come and, you know, be a part of the show. Say, for instance, if I have a show in London and I want a Kelvin boy and a medical to come through, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
So these kind of collaborations, we've exhausted them. We've done them.
Have we had the 4 S's?
There's only a limit that you can reach with that. Yeah.
So people are asking for the 4 S's to do a concert.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
You're down for it?
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Playing with Sarkodie, Shatawale, and Stoneboy?
Anytime, any day. I'm down for it.
Are you going to initiate something like that?
I think something like that should be initiated by a neutral body.
Okay.
So that all stakeholders are treated equally and fairly, and then everything is done nice, because there's a lot of big heads at play here, and a lot of egos at play. And if you're not careful, certain things may rub each other the wrong way, and it will just blow out of proportion.
But on your own, would you want to initiate something like that?
I would not take on that challenge.
Why?
To initiate that, to be the spearhead of who said, let's do a show together. But I'm open and playing. They've done it. We did it for the S concert. Yeah. Yeah, I think a few times we've had that.
For those who may have missed that one, they are really calling for it. Is everything okay with you and Stoneboy and Sarkodie?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I am minding my business. And I'm actually not any of these guys' mates, you understand? Because I am from 2001. I'm from Zaza, Suje.
Was that when Shatawale was also...
Yeah, of course. If you talk about anybody, you can talk about Bandana from 2003. Apart from...
So even him, I mean, you came before him.
Yeah, we were around the same era, I would say. He actually, I think he had an album. Yeah.
So how do you feel?
I feel, you know, I feel blessed to be around and still be active and relevant in the space.
Yeah.
But I think it's unfair pressure to these kids when you want to bring them to my level like that.
There are people who say your career has dipped.
What? Go get a degree and come back.
This is what you say to the people. This is your
response? Even while at school, while I thought I was on break, I didn't see anything significant change in the space, and I'm back. There's no hit song in the space. Who?
There's no hit song?
None of them. No hit song can beat just my own right now.
There's Camido, who's gone international with.
Oh, no disrespect. No disrespect to these kids.
Black Sheriff.
No disrespect to these kids.
the Traveler and all that.
Don't get me wrong and don't take my message wrongly.
Taking it.
You're talking 4S.
Okay.
Thank you.
The 4S's. You're saying that you've been gone for 4 years.
There's no banger. Big up to Stoneboy for his new project. Fifth
Yeah.
Dimension is a great project.
Yeah.
I like Into the Future.
Oh, you like? I like that song
it's a
as
hit.
well.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Yeah, so among the 4S's, I must say the only person that's dropped something is coming from my school.
Coming from your school. I see.
That's my family.
I mean, Stoneboy is like your son in the industry,
that's
more
family.
like.
So
I know
I'm
you've
just
had
saying
your difficulties here and there, misunderstandings.
Family, blood is thicker than water.
So you guys are cool now.
Blood is thicker than water.
How about Sarkodie? When are you doing a collaboration with him? I remember when you posted, all those messages. I listened to you on radio.
You're trying to repeat the headlines.
No, I'm not.
All right.
I'm not. I'm asking you,
Then
what
you
is
go-
the updates
you-
now?
you
Are we
go-
getting a collaboration?
You go on the blogs, you get my response to that particular
Are
question.
we getting a collaboration? You are here. Tell us.
I responded to that via Twitter.
Okay.
Because a fan asked me. And that's what sparked that whole controversy that made him go on radio and then did not respond appropriately. So I had to come on there and put a young boy to check.
straight.
But how is it okay for you, this small boy, to receive my song and ask me questions? What?